Good morning and thank you for joining us on the Monday edition of TVC Breakfast. I am Veronica Danny Boy.
And I'm Ibrahim Sheta. Thank you so much for joining us on a Monday morning. We're starting the show, as you've seen.
Absolutely. Monday it is. The traffic was quite heavy this morning, and I was wondering, well, business has started in earnest for a majority of persons as it is. But then business has begun with us right now here, and today we'll be looking at an array of issues, talking about what is happening with the EFCC, the matters of illegal mining and how that is ripping us off of resources that should benefit the generality of Nigerians. Right. And definitely, we're going to talk about the Lagos State House of Assembly. That is where we'll begin this morning. Right. Now, members of the Lagos State House of Assembly have cautioned impeached Speaker Mudashiru Obasa against heating up the polity with his claim to a seat from which he was removed by a majority of lawmakers.
Obasa denied allegations of corruption leveled against him by describing them as baseless and politically motivated. Recall that the impeached lawmaker was accused of gross misconduct and abuse of office, after which they elected the Deputy Speaker Mojisola Meranda as the new head. The lawmakers have now emphasized their commitment to good governance and maintaining a harmonious relationship with other arms of government, stressing that the Assembly's decision to remove Obasa as Speaker was within their constitutional rights.
Well, the military has killed 70 terrorists, including some of their commanders, during operations in the northeast region of the country. However, 22 gallant officers were killed, while several others were wounded in action. Now, the Directorate of Defense Media Operations, Major General Edward Buba, confirmed that the incident happened during a clearance operation at a terrorist stronghold and enclave known as Timbuktu Triangle. He said the three-pronged operation was aimed at dismantling the terrorist presence with a triangle. The DHQ said the terrorists deployed improvised explosive devices, suicide bombers, as well as vehicle-borne improvised explosive devices to ward off troops' advance and attacks. Now, in July, 7 troops were killed when their vehicle hit a landmine in a village where the Islamic State of West Africa province is active. Now, the 15-year-old insurgency has killed at least 40,000 persons and displaced around 2 million from their homes in the northeast. The violence spilled into neighboring Niger, Chad, and Cameroon, leading to the creation of a regional force to fight the militants. Now let's take you back to our first story, where we told you that members of the Lagos State House of Assembly have cautioned impeached Speaker Mudashiru Obasa against heating up the polity with his claim to a seat from which he was removed by a majority of lawmakers. As you see on the screen, he was speaking with his supporters there, talking to them about the fact that the allegations leveled against him were unfounded. And he also mentioned that some of the things he said, talking about the misconduct, gross misconduct, he not carrying members of the State Assembly along, were issues that he will address later on. He also mentioned that this whole matter is about the fact that he has an ambition of being the governor of the state. But Ibrahim, many have said that he should learn from his predecessors, like former Governor Ambode, for instance, who is his principal, who brought him to that seat, that he should have learned lessons there. The Governance Advisory Council, I recall, a member of them that had an interview had said that his political ambition of being a governor of the state is not the issue here. There are other issues. They had called persons to come together, everyone on board, let's have this conversation, let's address issues. But he is saying, for him, talking about the speaker, the embattled former speaker as it is, he's saying, it's about my ambition, and I am still the legitimate speaker. But today, a lot is left to be seen, because the third plenary that the new speaker will be having will be happening today, and so there's been increased presence of security, or there will be increased presence of security because a lot of persons are waiting to see what would happen, seeing that he just made this statement, and they are wondering if he would return to the House to perhaps cause problems.
Well, He's still a lawmaker to start with, and
Absolutely,
a member of the Lagos State House of Assembly. But being a lawyer, I was expecting that he would cite the Constitution as to how it was removed, because he said it was unconstitutional. But then a speaker is actually removed, not impeached. That's according to lawyers. So if it was removed, it actually was done by the quorum. They have 40 House of Representatives.
About 90%.
40 members in the Lagos State House of Assembly. 26 is just 26 is the 2/3 of the majority. But they were more than that.
38 of them.
Exactly decided on his removal. The way he assumed speakership is somewhat also the way he had been taken away from the seat. So nobody is saying that he's no longer a member of the Lagos State House of Assembly. But for him to say that he still remains Speaker of the Lagos State House of Assembly, I think is a far cry from the Constitution. But constitutionally speaking, although some are also saying that he was not given the opportunity for fair hearing, but I would advise, if there is anything, investigation of misconduct, corruption, financial impropriety against the former speaker, they should allow fair hearing, do proper investigation. But as it stands now, constitutionally, Obasa is no longer the Speaker of the Lagos State House of Assembly.
I am wondering how he intends to go about this. The matter of the allegations levied against him not being founded as it is, because he says it's unfounded and all of it. How he's going to prove that case is left to be seen. The other matter is that he is said to not have been carrying the other members along, and he told his followers there, his supporters there, that this is a matter he's going to discuss later on, that now he's not ready to discuss that. But I was feeling, for the purpose of transparency, for the purpose of truth and accountability, because you're accountable to these persons, and you are happy that they came out to show support to you, you should tell them, give them certain details that they can hold, at least something to hold, to say, you know what, our leader is free of all of these allegations that have been leveled against him. And when you say it is unconstitutional, you should give at least something for the people to hold on to.
For instance, citing the Constitution,
Yes, citing the Constitution, because you're a lawyer, like you rightly pointed. Then the other matter of the gross misconduct. Now, these have become ambiguous, and a lot of persons have said it is high time that we begin to define what we mean by gross misconduct and all of it. Because, yes, there are no definitive definition to what you mean by gross misconduct. So we can decide to concoct something and say, okay, this is what we are terming as gross misconduct.
That's the reason.
It is high time that we begin to define these things in black and white. Absolutely.
That's the reason I said that if there are other things, other allegations, or most of the allegations, or all of the allegations, it should be made to face the panel, so that they would definitely establish, at least hear from him, what these allegations are about, and he will be able to defend his own position. The reason why I did this was because of all of this and that, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then they will come back and determine whether it was, whether it was guilty of these allegations. So, but all in all, if he's insisting that he's still the Speaker of the Lagos State House of Assembly, constitutionally, he's no longer the Speaker of the Lagos State House of Assembly, and then the House, as also, they are standing behind their current speaker, Mojisola Miranda. So just like you said, third plenary will definitely be holding today. So I do not understand but I believe that nothing will happen at the end of the day. Because if he was removed, there was no violence, how come he's returning to the House?
We do not know. You know how passionate...
No, I can tell you that it's not going to happen.
Well, you know how passionate supporters can be, and all of those drama here and there. Let's just wait and see what happens at the end of the day. Is Lagos going to have 2 speakers? Well, constitutionally, that's not possible. And I believe that the speakers of the Lagos State House of Assembly actually followed due process. So, but at the end of the day, let's see who can wade into this matter to resolve all the issues.
He's not the first to be removed.
He has a right
that's right.
to run if he wants to, but that should be resolved as amicably as